Now, if you don't have information that's helpful to this case, then you wouldn't be a witness, correct?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Sustained. Sustained. Next question.
I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, you know this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame, doesn't
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
I can ask that question.
Oh, ruled.
Now that the defense has rested their case, Johnny Depp is closer to winning the Depp versus Heard trial than Amber Heard's team. Heard's team is running out of time and is making a feeble attempt at discrediting witnesses brought to the stand with Depp, but no attempt has been fruitful. So is Depp guaranteed to win? What exactly is Elaine, Amber Heard's lawyer, trying to do to discredit his witnesses? Watch the video to find out. Johnny Depp has already won in the court of public opinion, stealing the hearts of sympathizers. As the trial moves on to day 22, viewers and insiders are convinced he has swayed the jury as well, given how solidified and objective his evidence and witnesses have been. Team Depp has brought out multiple audio tapes, photographs, medical reports, and even expert analysis that have all implicated Amber Heard. Moreover, Depp has also brought back witnesses to the stand to disprove claims made by Heard's witnesses. This is pushing him closer to victory than ever. Meanwhile, Heard's team is faced with a lack of significant evidence combined with the lack of time. As the defense rests their case, Elaine, Heard's senior counsel, is now making attempts to discredit or disprove Depp's witnesses in their cross-examination. Unfortunately, Heard's team cannot bring out any more witnesses or testimonies of their own, and hence the only play left in their hands is to point fingers at Depp's witnesses. However, Elaine's attempts are all failing miserably. Dr. Shannon Curry, Depp's expert witness, took the stand for a second time during her cross-examination by Elaine Bredehoft. Dr. Curry stated that Dr. Don Hughes' testimony, Heard's expert witness, could not be accurate. Dr. Hughes proclaimed that Heard had PTSD from her relationship with Depp. Dr. Curry stated that PTSD symptoms are often feigned easily, and hence Dr. Hughes' evaluation could not be accurate. Pressed for time, Elaine told Dr. Curry to speed up with her responses. She also tried to discredit Dr. Curry by questioning her dinner with Depp and his legal team. Dr. Curry went on to put the dinner in a proper context, emphasizing that there was no malpractice or bias involved in her analysis. Elaine then went on to refer to the drinks that were shared during that dinner night. Dr. Curry, however, dodged the question by stating that she does not recall the drinks accurately. Elaine's attempts to discredit Dr. Curry as a witness ended in a grand waste of time. During her first testimony, Elaine also had a similar bout with Dr. Curry, wherein Elaine inquired about the muffins she shared with Heard. This was also an attempt to discredit the doctor. These failed attempts only resulted in Elaine being trolled over the internet for taking her time to discuss food and at the same time complaining about how Team Heard has a very limited time left in the trial. Her actions are not likely to go well with the jury. One Twitter user recounted a pointless exchange that went on between the two parties, writing, "Dr. Curry, I don't know how much Elaine, 100,000? Dr. Curry, I don't know Elaine, 200,000? Dr. Curry, I don't know Elaine, 300,000? And you're saying Dr. Curry is wasting time? It is indeed ironic for Elaine to claim that Dr. Curry is wasting time and is biased when she has previously taken nearly 15 minutes of court time to organize their roster. Another user wrote, "She's clearly rushing because her team has less than 2 hours of questioning left," highlighting how Elaine is under a lot of stress from Amber, as they can no longer make their case beyond questioning and closing statements. Heard was also reportedly raging at Elaine for wasting time in previous instances during the first few weeks of the trial, which is now leaving them short of time. TMZ's former producer, Morgan Tremaine, was called to the stand to talk about the infamous alert that TMZ was given regarding Heard's restraining order against Depp. Heard had claimed in her testimony that she never alerted TMZ or gave them any videos, even though she accidentally admitted to it in 2016. Morgan Tremaine went on to disprove her claim, saying that TMZ was indeed alerted. His testimony was protested by both TMZ and Heard's legal team. However, he was allowed to testify as he was there on Depp's side out of his own free will. Elaine made an attempt to discredit the producer and his testimony by asking if he was in this highly publicized trial to chase his 15 minutes of of fame. Elaine based this question on the fact that Camille Vasquez and Ben Chu have acquired newfound popularity on the internet for their actions in court. Elaine wanted to prove that Morgan Tremaine was only a part of the trial because he wanted his name to be known, and hence his testimony should not be considered valid. Her question was objected to by Camille as argumentative, but the judge overruled the objection, giving some hope to Heard's team. However, Tremaine looked quite offended by the question and snapped back at Elaine's lawyer. He stated that he had nothing to gain from his testimony other than justice. The former employee was making himself a target of TMZ, one of the biggest media houses in the world, by revealing their sources. He then went one step ahead and stated that he could say the same thing about Elaine by taking Amber Heard as a client. His quick-witted comment was met with shock, applause, and laughter amidst the court's audience. Elaine could make no further attempt to discredit him, making this a failed attempt. It's quite ironic if one considers the fact that nobody would have paid much attention to Morgan Tremaine during the trial if he simply testified. Elaine gave him his 15 minutes of fame by asking the question and letting him roast her that way. Otherwise, he would have just been another witness among the many others that took the stand. The producer has now gained high respect and popularity among fans of Johnny Depp. Many believe his comment towards Elaine was deserved. One Twitter user wrote, "Morgan Tremaine flaming Elaine is what she deserves for her unprofessional behavior throughout this entire trial." The general consensus is that his comment was comedy gold and was making the trial quite interesting and dramatic for everyone involved. Meanwhile, several of Heard's witnesses have been discredited by Depp's witnesses. Dr. David Spiegel's psychological evaluation of Depp as a narcissist was found to have multiple ethical violations. The fact that the evaluation was based on Depp's on-screen characters and not on his real-life personality is a problem in itself. Dr. Richard Moore's testimony that Depp lied about severing his finger was also disproven. Dr. Moore stated that Depp could not have hurt his hand the way he claimed it happened. However, Dr. David Culber, the surgeon who treated Depp, took the stand the very next day and produced medical records and diagnosis of his injuries. Glass workers around the world also provided their perspectives on why Dr. Moore was in the wrong. Ron Schnell, Heard's social media expert, tried to prove that Depp and his team had orchestrated a huge smear campaign against Heard using evidence that belonged to the trial. He brought out statistics of tweets and hashtags on social media platforms that spewed hatred against Heard. However, Douglas Banya, Depp's social media expert, took the stand the next day with a new temporal analysis of the same content Schnell used. He managed to prove that the impact was only as much as 2% of what Schnell stated, and claimed that his research was muddled with fallacies. At least 3 of Heard's sources have been discredited in front of the jury. Meanwhile, no evidence or witness of Depp has faced any criticism or objection. Elaine is yet to make a successful attempt at discrediting any witness and has very little time left to do the same. And now we would like to hear your thoughts on the issue. Do you think Elaine is going to get a breakthrough with any witnesses? Where do you stand in this trial? Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, like and subscribe to keep in touch with all things pop culture.